Ambassador Krelvax had spent 6 months preparing for his posting to Earth. He'd studied human customs, learned 3 languages, practiced their bizarre greeting rituals involving handshaking. What he hadn't expected was the interview. "Please sit," said the human woman across the desk. Her badge read, Dr. Sarah Chun, Interspecies Relations Coordinator. "This won't take long." Krelvax settled into the chair, confused. "I was told this was a simple orientation." "It is. We just have a few questions." Dr. Chun smiled warmly. "Nothing formal. Just getting to know you." "Of course." Krelvax relaxed slightly. "First question. You're walking through a park and see a small human child fall and scrape their knee. The child is crying. What do you do?" Krelvax blinked. "I would alert the nearest guardian or medical personnel." Dr. Chin made a note. "Would you approach the child?" "Absolutely not. They're injured and distressed. My presence might frighten them further." Another note. "Interesting. Next scenario. You're at a diplomatic dinner. The host's pet, a dog, approaches you and sits at your feet, looking up at you. What's your response?" "I would remain still and avoid eye contact." Predator species interpret direct stares as challenges. Even a domestic predator, especially a domestic one, they're still territorial. More notes. Krelvax was beginning to sweat. "Last question," Dr. Chin said. "You're assigned a human partner for a project. On the first day, they offer you something called coffee and ask how you're doing. What do you say?" "I would politely decline the beverage. Human consumption items are often toxic to other species, and provide a professional status update on the project." Dr. Chun set down her datapad. "Ambassador Krelvax, I'm afraid you failed." "Failed?" Krelvax's crest flattened in distress. "But I answer appropriately. I showed cultural awareness, safety consciousness. You showed fear." Dr. Chin's expression softened. "Every answer was about protecting yourself from humans. You see our children as threats, our pets as dangers, our friendly gestures as professional obligations. Because humans are dangerous. You're deathworlders, apex predators. We're also people." Dr. Chin stood, walking to the window overlooking a park where humans and aliens mingled freely. "That's what this test is about. Not whether you know our customs, but whether you can see us as something other than threats." She turned back to him. "The correct answer to the child question. I'd ask if they're okay and help them find their parent. The dog? I'd pet it if the owner said it was friendly. The coffee? Thank you. I'd love to try it. What is it?" Krelvax stared. "But those answers involve trust." "Exactly." Dr. Chin returned to her desk. "Humans can't work with species that are terrified of us. It's exhausting, it's insulting, and it prevents real cooperation. We need partners, not people walking on eggshells. But your strength, your resilience, are the same traits that let us be gentle, strong enough to be kind, tough enough to be vulnerable." She pulled up his file. "Ambassador, you're qualified, intelligent, and well-intentioned. But until you can see humans as colleagues instead of predators, you can't work with us effectively. So I'm rejected?" "Not rejected. Deferred." Dr. Chun smiled. "Spend 3 months in our cultural immersion program. Live with the host family. Play with their dog. Have coffee with your neighbors. Learn that we're not monsters." 6 months later, Ambassador Krelvax passed the test. He approached crying children with Band-Aids. He scratched dogs behind their ears. He accepted coffee and actually enjoyed it. And he learned the secret that every species who worked successfully with humans discovered. Yes, humans were dangerous. Yes, they were apex predators from a death world. But they were also the species most likely to share their lunch with you, teach you their games, and invite you into their homes. The test wasn't about understanding human danger. It was about understanding human kindness and recognizing that the scariest thing about humans wasn't their capacity for violence. It was their capacity for trust.